Hello everyone, we are from Group 3. Today we would like to present to you the material that we got, that is Management Introduction, Chapter 3, the Environment and Corporate Culture. So, the first thing is I want to explain to you the learning object. Number 1, describe the general and task environment and the dimension of each. Number 2, explain the strategies managers use to help organizations adapt to an uncertain or turbulent environment. Number 3, define corporate culture and give organizational examples. Number 4, explain organizational symbols, stories, heroes, slogans, and ceremonies and the relationship to corporate culture. Number 5, describe how corporate culture relates to the environment. And the last thing is define a cultural leader and explain the tools to a cultural leader used to create a high performance culture. So, are you fit for managerial uncertainty? In uncertain environments, managers need mindfulness, open-minded, and independent thinking to adapt to change. The metal case shows the importance of quick responses to external issues, such as recalling unsafe toys from China. This proves managers cannot rely only on the internal factors or closed system, but must use an open system view by monitoring the external environment. In addition, corporate culture, shaped by the external environment, plays a key role in managerial success. So, what is the external environment and corporate culture? The definition of external environment refers to all elements outside the organization boundary that can affect its performance. It includes competitors, resources, technology, and economic condition. The next thing is the external environment have two layers. The first one is general environment. The factors is social, economic, legal or politic, international, natural, and technological. These affects all organizations in the long run. For example, inflammation rates and dual career households. The number 2 is task environment. Includes sectors that engage in daily transaction with the organization. For example, competitors, suppliers, customers, and the labor markets. And the next thing is internal environment. Internal environment includes employees, management, and the most importantly, corporate culture. Corporate culture guides employee behavior and determines how well the organization adapts to external pressure. And the next thing is organization as an open system. They play three roles. Number 1 is draws resources from the external environment. Number 2 is transform them into goods and services. And the last thing is releases outputs back into the environment.
Hi all, I'm Zava Gesani from Accounting Department and my NPM are 2511031159. I want to inform to you about the organization environment relationship. First, why organization care about the environment? Because the external environment creates uncertainties for managers. Organizations must adapt their design and strategies to cope with these uncertainties. 2. Environmental uncertainty. Uncertainty is a lack of sufficient information about external factors. There are two key factors: number of external factors, the rate of change of this factor. High uncertainty is rapidly changing industry like telecom, aerospace, e-commerce, and electronic, and low uncertainty is a stable industry like soft drink and food processing. There are strategies to adapt with the environment. 1. A boundary spanning rule. It links the organization with external elements. Its purpose to detect and process environmental changes. It represents the organization interests externally, like example, L&D technology, marketing and purchasing engines with customers and suppliers, and use of business intelligence on competitive intelligence to scan data, market, and competitor. An inter-organizational partnership is a collaboration instead of pure competition. It's based on trust, information sharing, and long-term commitment. Like example, Disney and Biovac is a Battery style with Disney branding, and Toshiba, Sony, and IBM is a chip development, and Boeing and Airbus is a rare global partner network. Shift from adversarial to partnership orientation, it leads to both sides benefit. That's all. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Alicia Gwen Halim and I'm from Accounting Department. My NPM is 25110310088. So, today I would like to explain to you the third strategy to adapt into this environment. It's mergers and joint ventures. Merger is two or more firms combined into one, such as Wells Fargo plus Norwest. Joint venture is two or more firms collaborate on complex or expensive projects. Example, Oprah Harpo Inc. plus Heart Magazines became the Oprah Magazine. It is common in industry with high technological change and global competition. The next discussion that I want to explain is environment and culture. Environment and culture, the first point, influence of environment on corporate culture. External environment shapes internal culture. Then organizations in the same industry often share cultural traits due to similar environment demands. Culture should reflect what is needed to succeed in the environment. The second point, managing high preference culture. Successful companies balance cultural values and business performance. Values motivate employees, unify goals, and align behavior with strategy. The third point is 4 quadrants of cultures and performance. Quadrant A, low values and low performance. It becomes weak culture and unlikely to survive. Quadrant B, strong culture but weak linked to performance. Creative but financially unstable. Quadrant C, focus on profits with culture, became short-term gains but fragile into long run. Quadrant D, strong culture and strong performance. Best model. 4. Characteristic of high performance culture. 1. Built on clear mission or purpose. 2. Embodies and shares adaptive values guiding decisions. 3. Encourage employee ownership of both result and cultural principles. 4. Values integrate into hiring, training, performance management, rewards, and daily operation. That is all for my explanation. Thank you for your attention and we can move to the next one.
5. Evidence of culture impact. Companies that actively manage culture outperform those that don't. Culture positively correlates with financial performance. Example, Caterpillar used a culture assessment process to measure culture effectiveness, saving millions of dollars. And next, I will explain about the general environment dimension. There are 6 components. First is international. Globalization, increased competition, and opportunities. Firms must adapt to rising power like China and India and navigate diverse cultural, legal, and political contexts. Second is technological. Rapid innovation like computer, internet, biotech, nanotech transform industries and demand constant adaptation. Third is social cultural. Demographics, values, norms, and education levels shape future workforce and consumer markets influenced by globalization. Fourth, economic health, purchasing power, unemployment, interest rates, affect organization, global interdependence, creates uncertainty. Trends include mergers and strong small business growth. 5. Legal political. Government laws, regulations, and political activities set business rules. International regulation, environment law, and activist groups push firms toward responsibility. And last, natural. Environment concern, resource scarcity, pollution, climate change, pressure organizations to adopt sustainable and eco-friendly practice.
Test environment. In test environment, we have 4 points. First, customers. individuals or organizations that buy the company's foods or services. Second, competitors, other businesses in the same industry serving the same customers. Third, suppliers, provide raw materials, equipment, and resources needed for production. Fourth, labor market, pool of potential employees influenced by unions, associations, and availability of skilled workers. Nortel Networks, originally a Canadian telephone manufacturer, grew into a global communication leader by rebranding, acquiring tech firms, investing in R&D, and expanding worldwide. It became known for wireless and internet-based networking, forming alliances with major companies. However, the early 2000s brought a severe downturn, layoff, and an accounting scandal by 2006. New leadership and better economic conditions helped Nortel recover, though its future remained uncertain in tough, competitive industries. The internal environment, corporate culture. Organizational culture is the shared values, beliefs, and norms that guide behavior. It operates at three levels. First, visible artifact dress, behavior symbols, ceremonies, office layout. Second, express values, conscious beliefs seen in language, stories, and explanation. Third, basic assumption, deeply embedded, subconscious beliefs that guide actions. Culture is communicated and reinforced through, first, symbols, objects, or acts that convey values, e.g. team drill at a startup. Second, stories, narratives of real events that illustrate values, e.g. UPS rewarding initiative, Toyota's Go and See philosophy. Third, heroes, role models who embody core values, e.g. 3M innovators. Fourth, slogan, phrases expressing key values, e.g. Ritz-Carlton service motto. Fifth, ceremonies, special event reinforcing values and achievement, e.g. Southwest Airlines, especially planes.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Good evening. The name is Nakwita Ignacio Putri Darmawan and I'm from Group 3. I'm also from the Management major. I will present you about a part of my group materials called Shaping Corporate Culture for Innovative Responses. Organizations thrive in turbulent environments when they balance cultural values with business performances. Values energize employees, unify goals, and align behavior with strategy. Exhibit 3.8 describes four outcomes. The first one is quadrant A. This has low focus and on both values and performance. This makes organization unsustainable. And then quadrant B, strong values but weak performance focus. This makes a culture doesn't support results. The example is Lego before leadership change. The third one is quadrant C, focus on short-term results, little attention to values. This makes a fragile success. The example is failed.com. And the last one is quadrant D, high focus on both values and performances. This makes a best long-term success. Examples, Umpqua Bank Universal Associate Programs, Return on Quality System, Amazon, and eBay. So, the conclusion is the external environment plays a crucial role in shaping organizational strategies, structure, and culture. Since it creates uncertainty, managers must adapt by gathering information, building partnerships, and sometimes merging or forming joint ventures to remain competitive. Organizations act as an open system, constantly exchanging resources and outputs with their surroundings. That's all from our group. Thank you for you guys' attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening.